everyone, Dragon Souls here. Just a quick video explaining what was going on earlier today and um, what happened. Now, for those who didn't know what or watched my premiere stream earlier today, where I was talking about a little bit about um, me had to block one of my subscribers who he is one of my subscribe he is one of my friends on my friends list on my ps4. um and I mentioned that I was gonna talk about it on a video by itself, okay, which I am right here now, okay. um Here's what happened, okay. And no offense to him, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot better. Instead of having, I noticed it's been cutting my head off, half my head off. Anyhow, here's what happened, okay, and here's why I blocked his ass on my PS4, okay. And yes, I'm gonna mention his name. His name is Nick. Is Nick, okay? Not his real name, his YouTube name, okay. His YouTube name is Nick, and I'll have full his name displayed right here. Okay, I'm not gonna say his full name. Okay, but um, and yes, Nick, if you're seeing this video, you're right. I did block you on PS4, and it's gonna be a permanent one too. Uh, I'm done with your shit. Okay. Um, Now here's what he done. Okay, here's what he did. Um, I never like to insult my subscribers, and I never do with any of them. Okay, any of them. You can even ask them. I never insult none of my subscribers except for one. Okay, and his name is Nick. Okay, Nick, Nickelodeon. um, we he always usually goes off and insults me, insults me by calling me an idiot, a dumbass, um, dumb, you name it. He does it, okay, and therefore I go off and do it to him. Sometimes we'll go back and forth with it because we're sometimes playing with each other, joking with each other, okay. So this time he actually took it way too personal, okay? And by insulting me like that, okay? And this time, he actually um, went off and he was telling me we was talking about that movie, um, Godzilla versus Kong, okay? And he was telling me about the series, the franchise of Godzilla and Kong, of Godzilla's movies and Kong movies, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was disagreeing with him, okay? Because what he said was absolutely 100% wrong, okay? And I have grown up, okay? I grew up with the movies Godzilla and King Kong. Okay, I have grown up with that show. Okay, and here he goes off and calls me a liar, telling me I don't know nothing about the franchise. I never saw the movies at all. I was living under a rock my whole entire fucking life as a kid, you know. And I'd never seen the Smurfs. I'd never seen cartoons. I never watched TV. I never played video games. All kinds of garbage. He went up and said, you know, he just insulted me, telling me that I've never seen the series, the franchise of, uh, of King Kong and Godzilla, and all that mumble jumble crap, which I grew up watching that all the time with my family, my mom, my brother and sister, my dad, and it just really fucking pissed me off when he went off and told me, trying to claim that he knew all about my childhood, and trying to say, well, you know nothing about this and that, that you're an idiot, you're a dumbass, and then all of a sudden, here comes this part. Okay, he always goes out, and also he before we get to that part, the main reason why I blocked him for is because unlike all of my other subscribers who are on my friends list on PS4, he goes off. He talks. He's always got either send me text messages or voice messages, and asking me how you played and play a certain game, how you play this, that, how you play this game, that game, this game, that game, and trying to tell me how what movies I need to watch and what I don't need to watch. He talks about politics all the time, which you never do that. You should never sit here and contact me about politics and crap like that. I don't give two shits about that crap. If you want to know, if you want if you now, for example, if you're stuck in a game and you don't know how to get past a certain thing, that is what my gameplay is for. If you're not too goddamn lazy to go on my playlist of a certain game that you're playing, I have it in there, my playlist on my YouTube channel. That's what they're for. Is that if you're stuck, watch it and see what happens, and figure out how to do it. And if it's a game I haven't done yet, you can tell me, okay, here's a certain game that you haven't done yet that I'm playing on it and I'm stuck. Can you do it? All I have to do is sit here and buy the game, and then I can sit here and do a full gameplay of it, and then you can sit here later on and come back and find out how to do it. No problem there. Okay. And that's what he's doing. He's been going even though I have gameplay like Biomutant, and he comes to me and send me a text message and ask me, how do you do this? How do you do this certain thing? How do you do that certain thing? I need you to hold my fucking hand. Pisses me off, especially when I'm right in the middle of live streaming, doing my own gameplay, and it pisses me off when it pops up on my phone and shit like that. I'm not gonna answer it, okay? And then he goes off. He tells me about what his mom does, what his dad does, and then tells me what his boss does and what his boss talks about, this, that. And this is what it really gets to me because none of my business what goes on with his mom and dad and his boss and what he does in real life and everything. That's not what you're on my friends list, okay? I mean, um, and here's what broke the camel's back. And this is the reason why I went off and permanently blocked him on PS4, and I will not unblock him this time for the second time, okay? He goes off last night and asked me, have I had my dick sucked? First of all, I'm not gay. Second of all, that's none of your goddamn business. That ain't none of nobody's business. If I did with a woman, that's none of nobody's business. And that definitely is a personal thing right there. You should never ask your subscriber or ask anybody you don't even know personally. Okay? Now that's why I permanently blocked him on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, but permanently blocked him on ps4, and I'm never gonna undo it. And that's another thing too. Is I see, for example, my subscribers. Say, for example, Mike the Night 91. Okay, he texts me on. He texts me. He did a voice message to me one day, and it wasn't bad or anything. It's actually pretty good, you know. I haven't heard from him in a while, and I hope he's still doing okay out there. He was asking me about doing a co-op game with him. You know, I don't know what game it was. He said, I don't know if he mentioned the game that he want me to do co-op with him but if he wouldn't mind, he can definitely send me a message on PS4 and let me know what game he was wanting to do co-op with, and I'll be if I don't have it, I can easily go off and buy it, and then me and him can do co-op, and I can do a live stream of me and him doing co-op with it on it. You know, that won't be no problem. You know, and we were sitting there talking about that. I was sitting there talking. And he's sitting there, man. He sent me a voice message talking about that. You know, and I went off and sent him a voice message back to him, and let him know I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind doing that with him, you know. And he's also let me know that he's seen my gameplays of how good I'm doing on my gameplay, you know, and my last stream. And he loves what I'm doing, my intros and everything, you know, and my gameplay. He says it looks really good, you know. And so yeah, something like that, okay, something like that that my people like Nico Boy, um, people like Mike the Night 91. People like that, that is what I'm talking about now. That's okay. Stuff like that Mike the Night 91 did was just perfectly. It's fine, okay? I don't care if you do that, okay? But people like Nick goes off and talks to me like that, and especially talking to me about personal shit, you know what? I'm not having it. Okay, I'm not having it, and I'm not gonna have people like you, Nico, to sit here and insult me and tell me that I've never seen the franchise of these certain movies like King Kong, or Godzilla, or anything like that. I'm not putting up with this shit. You know, I'm. I don't like people who call me fucking liars. Okay, I don't appreciate you who, and that's another thing too. And that's another thing too. Okay, for example. Nick went off and told me a few days ago that he literally last month went off and bought a PlayStation 5. Okay? And I don't know if he said it was a digital version or the disc version. I don't know. Okay? But he told me he went off and bought it. And he had it in his hand. But he said after he looked at it, he said it was so ugly looking. He claimed it was so ugly looking. He took it and gave it to his so-called brother or stepbrother or whatever the hell he is, the guy is to him. And he said he went to his house one day and played the PlayStation 5 of Ratchet and Clank. I don't believe in that son of a bitch whatsoever. I don't believe that asshole at all. I told myself, well, do you have a picture of it? You can. Did you take a picture of it so you can send it to me? He said no. He said I didn't take a picture of it. Usually, whenever he gets something like that or a movie, he sends me a picture and let me know he actually has it. He didn't have no proof of anything. Okay. Every time he goes off and tells me something, and he don't have proof of it, he lies about it. Okay. Then he goes off and he tells me something like Will Smith goes off and says this, and Will Smith says that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson goes off and said this and said that, said this. Mike Tyson said this and said that and said that. um, uh, you know, crap like that, or Dave Batista said this and said that, you know. And I've been sitting here talking to my used to be girlfriend, the Redneck Nation Roberts, my old girlfriend, the Redneck Nation Roberts, a long time ago, okay? And I told her about what he's always been telling me, you know, and she's like, have you blocked this guy yet? I said, no, I ain't blocked him yet. She's like, what the hell are you doing? She said, well, if it was me, and I got tired of hearing his bullshit, I'd blocked him a long time ago. So I blocked him the first time, but I did. I unblocked him, you know. But because I thought he learned his fucking lesson, but apparently he didn't. So this time I fucking blocked his ass. So yeah, Red Nation Roberts, if you're listening to this whole video, yeah, some bitch is blocked and he ain't gonna be unblocked either. So that's my story, everyone. That's why I went off and blocked one of my longtime subscribers, Nick, on this video on my ps4. Okay, so that's my story of what happened, and yeah, y'all have a wonderful day. And by the way, that gameplay I did earlier today, I am freaking loving that game. There's only gonna be two live streams today, everyone, for the rest of the week. Okay, and the second one will be later tonight, probably around 9 o'clock. Okay, if not 8 o'clock. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Dragon Souls sign out in Pixel. One hell of a great big shout out to you, bud. Don't worry, you're not in trouble for what you said and what you were talking me earlier. Thank you for helping me out on that gameplay, on that video, on that game, bud. And anytime you want to help me out, if you're in the stream chat and you want to help me out, feel free to. You're not gonna be in trouble whatsoever. Sometimes I definitely need help on that game, but I am loving that game, and I cannot get enough of it. Dragon Souls, signing out.